Hi, in this video I will show you an Angular application, how it's using the case-sensitive writing of URLs. So what you see here on my left side here of my application, it's an Angular application. As you see here on the icon, it's Angular on a local path. And I have here, I'm showing an image here, and the image is in my, let's say, in my user files folder. There's my user files. You see underscore user files, underscore files, capital case articles, capital case images, and then there comes an image with a GUID number. That's what you see here on the right side. And I expected that whenever and the app is running in the background. That's my app in the background, which is running. You see, it's Angular. For everybody who's interested in this one, it's Angular. And the problem on this is, as soon as you write the path in a different way, then the image will not arrive there. So I have to do it in here. I'm opening this one. I will say some type mismatch. As soon as I open it, you see that the file is not there anymore. When we go here to with F12 to our development settings, then you will see, okay, the Angular, which is running in the background, says uncaught in promise, cannot match any, and then URL. And it can't find the URL, it can't find that file on the right side. And the solution therefore is that we inject something in our application. Now we are here in our Angular application again. You see my user files are stored here in angular.json. There's for this one in angular.json there is one big block, and it says here the assets, and the asset in this case, but this is only for the assets. The static files. There's a path, the user files. I'm showing it out of the user files. Sorry. And what we may do, we do some injections. We do a URL serializer, which is running at runtime. So you open the app.module.ts, and inside there you are able to say something like this: provider, provide me or inject or use a URL serializer. A URL serializer is when an incoming URL request or web request is coming in for image, for anything what you do, then it first goes through the serializer. It checks the path which is coming in. It's like the routing, like when you have here the routing, that's all the incoming stuff. And this one is read at the when it's coming in, when it's a request arrives in my application. And therefore we are also able to inject something, a URL serializer. We take here here under providers and the app module, here in the block providers, you say comma and then a new block with this curly brackets, provide URL serializer, use the class something of this one. And then you have to write here in the, let's say in services or in any folder, you include a new file there, a new file of .ts, means TypeScript, and you drop my code in there. It's a simple code, which I've got in the internet for other samples, but it's a quite easy way. This code will run at runtime, and when you write this one, there's the export. This one, the class is visible after that point here in the app service here. You see this here in the app modules, and you import it by this one. So, and what does it do? It's lowercasing. Well, the only stuff what you can do is you may do a lowercasing. You will say, please write everything which is coming in into lowercase. So, for example, I say it comes in the URL serializer. When the import when it comes in as a web request, then you do here the override path. So you check the incoming URL, and then I write in here, for example, the console. You do some stuff in here, and then you return, in this case, a corrected URL. So as you see here, this is my modified lowercase. Now when I start this one, when I say save, when it's saved, then you see in the bottom it's running again. Now when I take it away, and now when I now this is on lowercase, I'm injecting everything in lowercase. When I open now that file which has a wrong URL which has capital case stuff, then you see it says URL here in the first block is the big URL with that's the incoming stuff. That's how it's incoming, and that's how it will go to the outside. We have some big, we changed it in here. That's not the URL. We have to say we should check this one, URL in lowercase. So saving again. Now you will see when we check this one, now it's refreshing that file, and then we will see that there comes the different stuff, and you see this is it shows two files then, and it says one is in a big, should be in a big with the, that's the incoming stuff with the capital I, and in the output you see now it's changed. So we injected a code. This one is the new one, and so the one thing what we may do is we drop that file in there, and then we do inside here some modifications, and and it will throw out a new URL to that outside. So the only thing what we have to do in this case is we may change our path to lowercase, because Angular is not able to and we have to stop the application because it's blocked by the app itself. So we stop that stuff. Then we may write it in lowercase. The articles, let's say in here, now it's written in here, and we have to rewrite it lowercase. And once we have done it in lowercase, now we are here again, we start our application again with ng serve o. Now the app is running again. You see we have rewritten our path to lowercase. Now we refresh our app, and when we are refreshing our app, we open now that image which goes to a path. You see it's still running. That's the problem on what I don't like on Angular. It's running a long time because it embeds, it checks all files in the background. Finally it will stop in here because it's it includes all files from that folder. That's Angular. Angular is not like an ASP application, one of those super fast stuff which is really compiled. So it's running. Finally it will yeah, now it's compiled. It comes up on that stuff you see here. Wait. Yeah, here we are again. Now it's it is done. And when I open now my file, it should come up in the right way. Lowercase u, lowercase a, lowercase I. It's still not there, but it should work. But it doesn't. But okay, it doesn't matter. What I wanted to show you is embed this file in there, and there you do the modification. Then you are able to modify the URL at runtime when it's coming in, and here in app modules you have to embed those two lines, and you're activating it at providers, so you have all that stuff then.